I'm Alex Morash, and let's queer up politics. GLAAD's Trump Accountability Tracker documents expanded policy and rhetoric. National LGBTQ media advocacy organization GLAAD continues to expand its ongoing Trump Accountability Tracker, a public repository that catalogs policy decisions, executive orders, agency rules, judicial nominations, and public rhetoric impacting LGBTQ+ individuals. First launched as part of the broader GLAAD Accountability Project, the archive serves as a centralized resource for newsrooms, legal advocates, and civil rights organizations monitoring federal policy changes. The tracker documents executive agency actions spanning healthcare access, education guidelines, military service regulations, federal employment protections, and international aid programs. Beyond policy announcements, the database archives public statements, campaign rally commentary, and official communications to evaluate administrative positioning on sexual orientation and gender identity. In addition to tracking legislative and executive developments, the project monitors ongoing federal litigation involving civil rights enforcement. Recent legal and policy developments recorded by the project include federal court challenges surrounding the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission's workplace guidelines, National Park History Display Directives, and Department of Health and Human Services Specialized Support Services. GLAAD leadership maintains that comprehensive documentation of institutional action remains essential for public transparency, media account accuracy, and informed policy evaluations nationwide. Well, now everyone always knows I always like to give people a little reminder that GLAAD got itself in a lot of hot water for basically giving its CEO a lot of money, like it's paying them a lot of money, and so like on the one hand, like is GLAAD the best accountability tracker because they have so many questions on their own accountability, but at the same time, like I do tend to enjoy these big archive resources. My big critique of it, before we get on, we'll get into how Trump needs to be like viewed, is I wish that like the different LGBTQ groups, the ACLU, the NAACP, and the Southern Poverty Law Center could like all come together with their different archives. Like Media Matters too. I used to work for Media Matters. Like it would be nice to get them all to work together, but like the way,
that would be
part
wonderful.
of it's a funding issue where like they're all trying to say, look at me, give me money, and I'm like, well, you could all work together. Like there's nothing stopping you except your own egos, but that's just me.
Well, I love that the 3-letter acronym for the Trump Accountability Tracker is TAT, as in tat for taco tits, as Jennifer Welch calls the mango malignancy. And if they haven't already, it would be great if newsrooms, legal advocates, and civil rights organizations picked up on this and put it to good use when the time comes, like when he goes to trial for his war crimes. And such.
Well, we also need to preserve and protect our information, especially within our community, but it makes sense to band together, with members of other minority populations.
Oh yeah, no, like with Trump especially, like, we make light of it, but like he is a monster, and like what he's doing to us, I'm sure fills volumes to document. Yeah. But also look at what he's doing. He can't get his name on the Kennedy Center, so he just wants to tear it down.
So he can tear it down.
Health and Human Services. Bobby Kennedy doesn't love vaccines. Well, maybe he doesn't. He's fighting with in Florida, he or someone else with the DeSantis is fighting with the Roman Catholic Church because the Roman Catholic Church for their schools, they're like, no, we demand vaccines.
Yeah,
and and they're like, oh no, but you gotta respect religion. They're like, well, we actually understand Catholic theology more than you. Like, this is what we're dealing with in America, people.
Well, instead of renaming Lake Ontario or any lakes, we should just maybe take the name Trump off of any existing buildings.
Well, what do you think about renaming Lake Michigan Lake Epstein?
Oh my God. Well, and it makes me sick that Lauderdale by the Sea, there's Sea Grape is also named after Donald Trump. And every time I go by, in
Palm Beach Airport too, though.
Yeah. But, to have the audacity to self-proclaim and have your name put out there.
I think we're going to chisel a lot of those names.
Oh, yeah.
Off in a couple years.
Do that,
yeah. Well, there's no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.